Creating Facebook ads for your brand does not need to be complicated, especially when you're just starting out. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't pretend you're at art school. Your parents are not going to hang your ads on the fridge. Just go out, find ads that are working for other companies and apply them to your own brand. Steal like an artist. My name's Sean Bacastow. I've been working with Meta ads for 10 years and I run an agency called Pure Funnel where I use ads to help companies grow. Here are 7 ads you can apply to your brand today. Okay, these ads are in no particular order, but I chose to start with testimonials because if there's one marketing hack in this world, I'm convinced it's social proof. People desperately want to know that other people have already tried the thing that they're about to try and that they approve of it. So let's talk about working some social proof into our ads, and that is by means of testimonials. So here you'll see this ad is 2 product images, a headline, and a testimonial. I love this because not only do you see the product, you understand immediately what it is, you also get the main value communicated to you in the headline here, and you see the social proof from my boy Mark R over here. So this is a different take where it's not just a product image, it's a person, a lifestyle image of the person wearing the product, and it shows a star rating and a testimonial and a little cute llama logo over there. Similarly, you have person in the product here, quote, star rating, pretty straightforward. Same thing here. I really like how all of these are including the person's name. It just gives it a more believable, authentic, personal touch. So here we have a headline and the testimonial. Personally, that's what I really like. As in contrast to this that just had the testimonial, I like including what it is, what is the value to the person looking at the ad, plus a testimonial, some social proof. You'll notice that all of these, by the way, include star ratings, which I don't think I realized until right now, but it is, people really do associate that with quality. Another one here shows the person's name, shows an image, shows the star ratings. It shows a headline, and then it also shows the testimonial here and a little learn more button. Another headline plus testimonial. This doesn't have a name, just says verified buyer. I think it'd probably hit harder if it was a person's name, but hey, great headline, star rating, testimonial. Okay, let's move on to the second type of ad that I wanted to highlight. This one's pretty straightforward. It's one of the most typical ads that you'll see out there, a headline plus a product image. So this first ad, it shows a chief of staff for your life for less than a latte a day. So immediately telling you what it is, communicating the value and showing that it's inexpensive. And then it has a image of the product, gives you an idea of what to expect. Same here. I really love that this ad immediately calls out who their target market is in the creative. So make over $100,000, immediately, if you make over $100,000, you're like, oh yeah, I do. And then you go right into the headline. You could retire in your 40s with the right plan. That's a huge benefit for people who are interested in that. Not many people want to work till they're 65. So this is a great headline and a nice product shot as well. Same thing here. This isn't exactly a product image per se, but it shows you how the tool works. So I'm considering it one. Improve your English writing. So a statement of value, the main benefit the person would get, and then it shows you that kind of how they correct your writing. Jolie, great ads, mostly across the board. I wish that they made this logo smaller and they made the headline bigger, but that's nitpicking. Shows the product image in 4 different colors. It has headline. This actually should probably be the headline. Your best skin and hair guaranteed. And the Jolie filtered shower head should probably be the subhead, and the logo should be smaller, but hey, still a good ad. Okay, so for this ad, we have the headline here. This warning causes Zoom envy. I like that they use the word warning in the headline. I just think that catches attention. And then an image of a person wearing the item, which I like when it comes to clothing, rather than having a ghosted mock or a mannequin or something like that. It's nice to see a person in it. Okay, let's move on to the third type of ad, which is a classic us versus them. So you want to communicate the value that your brand brings to the market, to the consumer, in relation to whatever your competition is doing. This is one of my favorite us versus them ads. So it shows you, this is an ad for Morning Brew. You know, it's a new school news outlet, if you will, or a way to get news. So it kind of shows you like traditional news, whack, no one likes it. Morning Brew, yes. And they include, you know, 4 either features or benefits or like what value the person gets from Morning Brew. And then it shows on the opposite side, you know, things like, let's see, free versus expensive for news. Takes 5 minutes to read, takes too long to read. So pick your product's best attributes and things that are weak spots for the competitor. This is not actually a competitor. They chose to say, this is VinoVest. They say, invest in wine and beat the stock market. So it's like, here's the return for wine. Here's the return for the S&P. Like, this is a phenomenal ad. If you are interested in investing, you know what this means. It speaks to you. You want results for your money. Here we go. So I like that this one is kind of the very stereotypical us versus them ad, where one side, it's kind of like in infomercials, you know, where the infomercial will be, in the beginning it's gray and it's like a woman at the sink and she like cuts herself with a knife and it's like, oh no. That's what they're doing here. Like on the left hand side, it's red, it's bad. And then on Hopper, you can get the same hotel for a better price. It's all clear and nice over here. So I love this ad. This is really nice in that they do a good job of differentiating the images. Like this just looks bland and boring and plasticky. This looks like nice and sudsy and cool. And then they have these, I guess, like feature benefits. They even throw in some humor here with here for a good time, not a long time. So this is a great ad that just calls out like the shampoo bar is very different than a lot of the other products in the market. This is one of my favorite ads lately. I recently did a write-up about this ad on LinkedIn. Basically, they take on the market leader here, which I love. In the book, 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing, one of the immutable laws is that your market positioning is determined by the market leader. And you can see here, they basically say, Tostitos, big chip company, look at all this stuff that they put in their chips. No one wants that. Masa, we only have 4 ingredients. It's pure, it's healthy. Less is more. So I love this ad. I think it really gets their value prop across. Okay, so before and after. Before this video, you didn't have ads for your brand, and after, you do. You're welcome. So this ad is for a brand that I actually worked with for a while called Johanna, and it basically shows, okay, your to-do list, none of it's done. No one likes to-do lists. It's never ending. Johanna, it's like they got someone to take care of it for you. It's already done. One thing I will say about this ad is I think they could have removed the logo here and replaced it with a headline, something like the personal assistant app for busy parents and their everyday tasks. Still a great ad. Okay, so this next ad is kind of a riff on before and after, old me versus new me. So if you have a product that kind of transforms someone, you can use this template. And you know, it's kind of showing, you know, your old life with caffeine and triggering anxiety, although I love caffeine and it does transform me every morning. But according to this, Dirty Rasa adaptogenic coffee, man, it just enhances your focus and clarity, balances mood. So it's like, here's all our competitors' weaknesses, here's all of our strengths. Before and after, this is like the classic before and after that like you'd see in like weight loss infomercials or something, where it's like, here's you looking like shit and here's you looking great. So I like this, that it's like headline, then kind of showing the transformation, star rating, and communicating more of the value. So protecting your hair from thinning and hair loss with a shower head. So this one really speaks to me as someone who lived out of a carry-on suitcase for 2.5 years traveling. Like, man, I don't use packing cubes, but maybe I should. Rethink the way you pack, bulky versus space saving. It's like ASMR for the eyes. You know, it's like, oh, over here you see this like gross suitcase, and then it's like, oh, all organized over here. I don't know what that's called, but that's how I think of it. And then this one I think is just funny, using humor, but also getting the point across. It's like your product demos sucked, now they're great. Yeah, you got an upgrade. Okay, On to the next type of ads, features and benefits. So like a feature benefit call out, I guess I'd call it. And this is particularly great for clothing or products that are technical and have lots of interesting little features. I will caveat all these ads with, it's better when you can state the features as benefits. So like back out antimicrobial, I don't really know what that means. I think they probably could have stated that in a better way, but I do like the layout of this ad. Whiskey is good for your wealth. A little play on words here, but it's nice because it does tell you if you're into whiskey, you're into wealth, you've come to the right place. And then it shows some features, but these are good feature benefits. So like inflation resistance, that's a feature, but it's also a benefit. Attractive returns, rapid appreciation, things like that. So try to state your features as benefits. Okay, so here we go. Here to do the heavy lifting. And then it's clear that it's a moving app because you see two guys holding a couch with a woman on it. Apartment moves, they call it out right there. Donation and discard pickups, etc. This is an ad that I actually worked with a brand to create. This is a company called Out of Office, a really awesome travel app that helps you, discover cool spots and plan your trips. And, we just took the 4 biggest benefits here and we call them out. We show a little product image with a headline. Same here, very similar ad. You have the headline, we make it easy. Easy is always good. People like easy. And then some features here. This is less benefit focused and more feature focused. This is probably something you would see lower down the funnel, maybe mid funnel, bottom funnel ad. Love this ad, I think, because it's just it's very clean. I love the white and green. And then you have a really nice zoomed in product image with this like orange in the back. So you know it's kind of like an orange scent. It's like stay clean. And then it gives you 3 nice benefits and then a few features down here. So I just think this is a really nice use of space. The next type of ad, I realize this may not apply to every brand. Hopefully your brand gets to the point where you do have someone talking about it, and it doesn't need to be the New York Times, just any public publication or creator that talks about your product, just take a quote and say it's from them, So fantastic ad here. I think this is one of the crispest, sharpest ads I've ever seen. It's just like product image, really nice black and white layout here. It's clear that it's a Men's Health quote, and then it has a quote that kind of communicates what the value is and what the product is. So it's like taking yucky stuff from your water, helping your skin and hair stay more hydrated. Like that's the product's core value prop, and they call it out right there. So basically find ways to pick quotes that are exactly what you want people to know about your product. Again, so here's actually this is another way you could approach it. It's not one press outlet, it's a lot of different press outlets. So the 3 little makeup sticks everyone talks about, featured by all these people, person holding the products. Love this ad. It's sharp, it's to the point, and it gets the point across. This is an ad that I created with Johanna. They had this great write-up from Parents Magazine, and this is from the article, and it just happens to be like a literal headline, sub-headline basically. And the nice thing about press quotes is people see press clippings and it comes across as news and not like they're being sold something. Like I think it's just kind of this subconscious thing where like, oh, news is legitimate, and well, unless you think it's fake news, but news is legitimate and I should trust this. So it just builds credibility right off the bat. So here we go. Something from Daily Beast. We have a little quote here. It talks about what the core value of the product is. The shirts fit perfectly in the arms and the shoulders. And then it gives you some feature benefits here. I love this ad because it's Forbes, and so there's some credibility there. There's a home in the background, which kind of subtly tells you this is a product to do with homes. And it's a new home swapping platform, allows you to travel the world like Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet. Like that is phenomenal copywriting from an ad standpoint. And like the fact that they got that directly from Forbes is fantastic. So this is an ad I saw a lot and had to take a screenshot. Okay, last but not least, we have a type of ad I like to call familiar screens. And this is basically meant to be a pattern interruption. So you want to show people screens that they're familiar with, but because they're seeing it in an ad feed, it jars them. They're like, oh, that looks familiar. I know that, but why am I seeing it in this context? So it interrupts their pattern. It interrupts the scroll. So there's a lot of different ways to do this. As new apps and products come out, you can just adapt this, which is why I kind of like it. And it's easy for any brand to adapt. So you can have a tweet format, like, what's the last thing you bought to improve your life? Oh, it's the product that's being advertised by this brand. You have, this one's kind of funny. It's like a transcription of a voicemail. Like when I saw this, I thought it was really clever and screenshot it. So you can do something like that. Reminder, this is an ad I did with Johanna. Reminder, that you would see on your phone. So this is an example of the Notes app. This was really big for a while, but it's nice in that it's long form sales copy. So you really have a chance to not only pattern interrupt and interrupt someone's scroll, you get a lot of real estate here to sell the product and like really talk about why is it valuable. This is just like iMessage text thread. This is a great ad. I love when ads successfully use like insert humor and it works. It's like, call Steve, he's a travel agent, and it's no, I'm gonna use Hopper. I thought this was great. So another tweet, and then this is like an iMessage. This is a cool use of the familiar screens genre because they have a headline, which I really like, and they end up working in their logo. So you don't have to just do something like this, which isn't branded at all. You can do something like this where maybe this person would have embedded this into a bigger ad, taken some of this copy out if they wanted to, and they could have put, a headline and a logo. So this is just another way to work familiar screens into a more traditional ad format. Okay, let's briefly talk about some of the ad formats that we covered and how you can apply them to your brand. So first off, testimonials. If you have customers talking about your product in a positive way, I hope it's in a positive way, put it on an ad, use a headline, put a product image, boom, you're done. Number 2, headline plus a product image. Straightforward. Every brand should test this. Just put your crispiest headline and a product image and you're good to go. Us versus them. Take either your industry or your biggest competitor, outline why your service or product is superior to theirs. Before and after. Focus on what's going to change for the person who's using your product or service. What transformation are they going to go through? Features and benefits. Take an image of your product or someone using your product, call out some of the key features or benefits, and really think, what value are people getting out of these features? Not just list your features. Press quotes. So let's say you had, it's easy if you have a publication write about you, like Men's Health. But if you, let's say, hire an influencer or a creator to do a review of your product, just grab a quote from that. Doesn't have to be New York Times. Familiar screens. This is an easy one. You can test a bunch of these as it relates to your product. I haven't been seeing it as much lately, but I'm sure there's going to be new apps and new ways to interpret this. Just think of it as like, how can I interrupt someone's scroll? How can I give them a pattern interrupt? Show them screens that they're not used to seeing when they're scrolling their feed. Hopefully these 7 ad formats have given you some good ideas of ads that you can apply to your own brand. But if you just watch this and you're like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that myself, that's fine, because me and my team can do it for you. We can design, write, manage your ads, and get you great results. So if you're interested in that, click the link in the description below. Book a free strategy call with me and we'll talk about whether it makes sense for us to work together. And if you did learn something today, check out my other videos where I go in depth on how to get more out of your ad spend. See you next time.